The channel, and in today's video we're going to be diving into the flip chip on the Giant Rain. This flip chip design isn't new to the Giant models, but it is new to the Rain carbon models for 2023 models. So we get the low, medium and high settings for the suspension on the rear. So I've just been riding it in the medium and full 29er for the bike, so it's been really good, really enjoying it. The bike's been superb this whole time, but I really like to see what the high and low settings have to offer. So we're down here at my local mountain bike park just outside of Kadikadi, and we're gonna do a couple laps on different settings and see how they feel. So it looks like there might be a bit of rain coming, so I gotta get this video done pretty quick. And we got the bike ready here, and we have just been riding it in the medium setting, and it's been very well. So what I want to do first is go to the high setting, and all I can really think of that it's going to help with climbing and a lot more mellow flow trails. I think the setting, so this is all it is. It's just a little insert that gets dropped into the frame, and then you can switch it from either going from a high point and then you just flip it around and go to a low. And I currently have a medium setting, which is set in the middle. Got the full 29er front and rear at the moment, and then we'll attempt to take these out and we'll chuck it on the high setting and see if that makes a difference, and then go out for a ride. Alright, so I'm just gonna use the 4mm Allen key, just loosen it off. And at the same time I do this, I'm going to do the other side as well. Alright, and we got the medium one out. Bit of a difference there, not too much, but so we have moved it to the high setting here, so it's bringing this whole bit up, which is throwing the whole bike forward, and then the head angle should be a little, I'd say, steeper here. So what I think is going to happen in this setting is, I'd say, like pedal efficiency, body positions up, and you're going to be, your body weight's going to be more to the front. Alright, so I thought I'll bring the multi-tool just in case what I tighten end up coming loose at the top of the hill or something. So it fits perfect in the stash bag for the Giant Rain. Just slip it in there and then it'll go in the frame, so wouldn't even notice that I'm carrying a bunch of tools. Alright, so I'm switched over to the GoPro now. Chucking this bag. Super easy. Chuck a bowl in just in case get a bit thirsty on the climb. Right, so we're right onto the climb. Honestly, not noticing anything too different yet. Pretty similar to how it was. Maybe the steering feels a bit more twitchy, a bit easier to steer. Pedal efficiency is nice. Feel like I'm climbing up here real easy though. Pretty stoked on that. Alright, so I think the first thing that I'm noticing is that the front end feels a lot lighter, with the steering being, I'd say, a lot easier and a bit more twitchy. I think that's because we took the slack out of the head angle, so our steering is more over top of the wheel. Alright, feel like I'm pedaling a lot easier. We'll try on this 180-degree turn. Feel like that was a lot easier than what it was on the medium setting. Alright, so we made it to the top. That's where we started. Just biked up this climb. to this area here, and then we got a grade 3 coming down to the car park. Alright, it's all looking good. Nothing came loose. I think the best thing about this technology that they have is that you could probably climb up here on that high setting and then swap it at the top of the trail to the low setting if you wanted to, and then be more aggressive on the downhill. So with that little bag that you get, I think it's really cool that you could stash some tools, stash the parts, just swap the flip chip. You'll get so much more variety of riding out of this bike. Alright, just going to pedal to the start of this grade 3. I'm going to try to attack it with the same pace I would if I was on the medium setting and see if the steering's going to be any different. My predictions are that my weight might be forward a bit more, that I think for this track being a bit flatter and more flowy, that I think the setting might actually be really well for this. Maybe the cornering might be a bit different because my positioning might be up more, so I might have a bit less traction on the back, more of the front, but only one way to find out. Pretty excited to see, and then I think we'll notice the big difference when we switch to the low setting. Right, we're gonna drop in. It's a pretty short, neat trail. Bit slick. Oh, losing a bit of grip in the turns. Alright, so we're back in the car now. I would say it didn't feel as comfortable as when I had it on the medium setting. The front end felt super weird. I think the steering, I think I had too much weight over the front, which felt like the wheel was just under a bit more pressure than it usually is. So now we're going to be flipping this to the upside, which is going to drop everything down. So you can see in there how the system works. If I lift this up, it brings that whole pivot up, and it changes pretty much the characteristics of that whole rear. Alright, so now we've got it in that low setting, so we've dropped it as far down as we can. So the head angle is going to be as slack as it can. This is what you call the full downhill spec mode. I think the only way we can make it more downhill spec would be to chuck the mullet back wheel, which I've got at home, and I'm pretty excited to try that in a future video. Just running through the full 29er phase at the moment and seeing how that goes. You can see kind of how slack this head angle is already compared to what we had on the high setting, and then for the rest is all pretty good. Alright, so we're back on the climb. We're in that low setting. It does feel like I am sitting lower to the ground. Handlebars feel a bit close to my knees, what I'm noticing at the moment, and I can see a lot more of the front forks over the front. Steering feels a bit more lazy. Feels a lot more planted. I'd say climbing a lot harder than it did in that high setting. I think we'll make up for it when we're going down. So I'm definitely noticing it on the climb. I feel like I'm on the back wheel using the rear suspension a lot more. I'd say you'd probably need to pump the rear shock up a little bit to account for the body weight being pushed back, so could be a tip to try. I didn't change anything, I'm just running it how it was. So we're nearly at the top of this climb, and I'm excited to see if we can go down faster on this low setting than we did with the high setting. Alright, good test to see our turning with the slacker head tube, this 180. Definitely a lot wider of a turn. I think we've added a bit of distance on the bike, bringing the front forward a bit more. So I think overall that climb was a lot harder. Just the body positioning, weight's more further back. Feels like you're dragging yourself up. When the high setting you were on top of the bike a bit more, balance to the front, made it a lot easier. Still think the medium setting so far is better for all round, so which of course it is, because you get the best of the high and the low. But now we're going to drop into this grade 3 again and see if we can do a faster time. Getting ready to drop in. Oh, feeling a lot comfier on the bike. Body weight's a lot further back. Got the jump easy that time. Bike feels way more planted. And for the finish. Right, so we're back from a ride on the low setting. It did feel a lot more comfortable coming down. Corners, I was able to throw the back wheel around a bit more because I had more body weight over the back. But what I gained from the downhill, I lost in the climb. So it's completely rider preference whether you want better for all-round climbing or you want better for descending. Or if you just leave it on the medium setting, you can ride all day. Or if you want on the low setting because you're doing shuttles and you want more aggressive like grade 5, grade 6 trails, then low setting is really good. Maybe if you're pedaling up big climb, you could chuck it on that high setting, and then when you get to the top, flip the chip. Super easy. So really wanted to make this video just to show you guys how easy it is to use the flip chip and kind of the difference that it does. I definitely notice mainly in the steering and where your body weight is on the bike, so but you can always adapt to that and find out which of the riding style you like the most. And then if you were to chuck on the mallet back wheel, you'll go through all the settings again, because the high setting with the smaller wheel could feel like the medium with the 29er. So many options and variations you can do on this bike, which is definitely one of the reasons why I brought this model, and super excited to diving deeper into it. Alright, so that'll be all for this video. Had a lot of fun testing out these different modes. Might look back into them in the future. Let me know what you think about it, and if you had any questions about the flip chip or anything, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.